onto the chair.
Could you do that again? With your arms in the air like a like the thing outside a car sales yard?
I'm not a performing monkey.
Yes, you fucking well are. Whoa! Sorry. Ready to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Scott.
I'm Nat.
And we're Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. And today we have a tag video for you from Samantha at Paperknotbooks. If you haven't seen Samantha's channel yet, please check it out. It is undersubscribed, and I always, whenever I think of her channel, I always think of this amazing video she did where she got quotes from 100 different books and put them all together in a collage.
It's in our We Love BookTube playlist because it's awesome.
It is awesome. Anyway, she has created an original tag. It is called the Book Pusher tag.
Push it real good. Sorry. Are you ready? Prompt number 1. What is the book or series you hope people will read as a result of your legacy? I think the word legacy is a bit grandiose for what we're doing here, but...
I think it's understating how awesome it will be seen this in years to come.
You think there will be a
really
historical
a revolutionary when the chronicles of BookTube are written. We will have a nice fat section.
I hear you. But
I do want to know who's chronicling it though.
Yeah.
If you are going to chronicle BookTube, please tell us. That would be interesting. What book do I want to be seen for my legacy? I mean, I feel like I'm repeating myself when I say the same book, so I'm trying to think of something else. So I'm going to say something different.
Go on.
I am going to pick... Did I get it? Nope. I would like to pick Catch-22.
You'd like everyone to read Catch-22?
Yeah, I think so. It's funny, it's anti-war, it's super serious and super funny. What is more obscure than that description?
I would like everyone to read East of Eden by John Steinbeck because it's freaking awesome.
It is.
Number 2, what's the number 1 book or series you routinely push onto friends and family?
Well, see, the problem is...
I try and marry them. I try, like, when I'm pushing onto friends and family, I definitely try and, like, perfect match them.
Well, so last Christmas, I bought my family a book each.
He literally just buys them for them.
My mother quite enjoyed the detective novel I bought her. She was reading Agatha Christie. I bought her a detective novel and she said it was good. My father has read the first page of the book about the dog in the middle of the night. What's
The Curious Case of the Dog in the Nighttime.
My dad loves children's books and I thought this was an interesting twist and he would really like it, but he just didn't. Rather, he just didn't get around to reading it. If he ever did, he'd love that book. Then my brother has read the first chapter of Claudius. He loves Roman history. I think he would love that book. He even told me that he found some of the jokes funny about the hair and Caesar actually being bald, and I didn't know that Caesar was bald, but he did, and he found the jokes in it humorous because
he's that kind of nerd.
Yeah, and that's why I got him that book, because I got some of the nerdy jokes, but I knew he'd get more.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got my little sister, who has a sense of humour akin to being punched in the face with a sledgehammer, an electronic sledgehammer. So I got her a Confederacy of Dunces because I thought that was appropriate.
But she's a brat, so she won't read it.
Yes. So I can't push books. This is a very long story to say.
You're a crap book pusher.
I'm a crap book pusher.
Yes, I like to do what Scott has done for Christmas, and I like to match the book to the person. So I don't feel like this is a fair question, but if I had to pick one book or series to make everyone read,
I feel like
it's so hard.
Buying books for your friends and family is kind of like how a heroin pusher would do it. Like, have a free
Have a
sample.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Alright, and that's the answer to the question. Number 3, what book did BookTube push onto you which you loved? It's still sitting here.
You've still got your bookmark in it.
I haven't quite finished it. I don't care. I know that this is going to be a 5-star book. I can just freaking tell.
You don't do star ratings.
No, I don't. This is amazing. The Watchmaker of Filigree Street.
What book did it push onto me that I absolutely... Well, I would like to say The Watchmaker of Filigree Street, but I actually haven't started it yet.
So you don't know?
So I don't know. I will say Eleanor Oliphant.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. What book did BookTube push on you which you hated?
I mean, the books that I hate, I don't... I mean, I'm really mean with my ratings. I'll give 2 stars to a book that I was like, no, it was mildly rubbish. Right? Like...
So what do you do when something's like brutally offensive, set fire to it and hold a rally?
Yeah, I mean... You know the books that I absolutely hate. I tell you about them.
Repeatedly.
Kerouac's shit. Naked Lunch is terrible.
Okay,
Moby Dick.
I'm going to say that I haven't had a flop from you, BookTube yet.
Ooh, that's... The worst book I've had from BookTube has been Circe. And I feel like that's more about me than it is about the book.
Yeah. What book has been recommended to you which you just haven't gotten around to yet?
Oh, so many.
Just like hundreds, literally hundreds. I'm gonna say Che Guevara's Motorcycle Diaries because that is a recommendation from a bestie.
Watchmaker of Filigree Street. Also, just so many books. Like, my TBR is full of books that I haven't gotten around to yet. I suppose the one, other than The Watchmaker, the one that I'm really looking forward to is The Farm by Joanna Ramos.
That's going to be a good one. I can tell already. Which book or series do you think is underhyped?
Definitely A Court of Thorn and I haven't read that. I probably shouldn't make jokes.
Quite so much. No, but we've seen the Cindy files on it. That's enough. It's about fairy cocks.
The amount of people that talk about that book versus... Anyway, what book or series is underrated? Is that what we're doing?
Underhyped.
Underhyped. I read so much back catalogue. Like, classic authors that are underhyped. I don't see enough people reading Thomas Hardy. I love Thomas Hardy. Why Daphne du Maurier? Why Jane Austen? Why not Thomas Hardy?
Yeah, I think that's a Scottish answer. An English answer would be E.L. Doctorow. Margaret Atwood that's not The Handmaid's Tale.
Yes. She's not a one-hit wonder.
She's not. She's got a huge back catalogue and everything I've read so far is just freaking amazing. So that's me. Number 7. What book do you recommend for a good cry?
A good cry. Well...
As opposed to a bad cry.
Yeah, well, I think this one might be recommended for a good or a bad cry. But I recently read A Little Life, and I'm not really sure of the merits of that book, but if you want to cry, it's perfect.
I think The Time Traveler's Wife was a good cry. I also think Of Mice and Men, if you want to cry in like an hour, that's a good one.
That is good. Actually, I have a better one. Farewell to Arms by Hemingway.
Oh, I haven't read it.
Yeah.
What book do you recommend for a good laugh?
The Codes of the Worcester, or anything in general in the Jeeves and Worcester verse. Is it a Jeeves and Worcester verse?
I don't know.
It's basically anything with Jeeves on it is hilarious.
I was going to say Eleanor Oliphant. I thought that was really funny.
Yes, but probably wouldn't recommend it generically for a laugh.
Why not?
If you've got the right sense of humour.
Yeah, maybe. What is your favourite non-fiction read?
Well, I just finished last month Dark Emu by Bruce Pascoe, and I found that book transformative of my attitudes. That is...
Well, that's a bloody good review.
Yeah.
Transformative of your attitudes. I'm reading The Five, which is interesting. But I don't often read non-fiction. I would like more non-fiction in my
I'm
brain.
actually going to try and read more non-fiction.
I'm
enjoying it.
I'm still just trying to read more books. That's really where I'm at the moment. Number 9. No, we did that. Number 10. What book do you recommend for comfort?
Oh. So for my comfort, or what would I buy for you?
Well, you're pushing it. You've got to push it. You're a drug pusher.
I'm a drug pusher.
What's the comfort drug?
What's my Valium? See, the thing is, I like books that make me uncomfortable.
Surely you've got something in your reading history that was enjoyable, but just like comfy.
Anything with anthropomorphized animals. So, I read Redwall, which is I want to say fantasy, but there's no magic in it. It's like medieval series where all the main characters are like mice and badgers and toads and stuff. So it's almost like if Wind in the Willows was a historical fiction in the War of the Roses. But, the bad guy is called the Scourge. It's very much a like a middle grade book, I guess. It's a kid's book, basically, but it's quite entertaining,
Yeah.
You know those kids' books where they're a kid's book, but you still somehow entertain quite a bit because you enjoy it? It was one of them. So, and there's like 42 of them or something. It's a huge long series.
I find this hard. I would like to say, for me personally, Little Women, I always go back to Little Women for a reread for just if I'm feeling a bit there. But maybe something like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's good and funny and...
That book is good and funny. That is the opposite of comforting for me. This is my weird review.
It's a bit nihilistic, I guess. But...
So, everybody I talk to about this book, I'm like, I should love this book. It's intelligent.
I don't understand why you don't. It makes no sense.
The reason I don't is very simple. I enjoy Hitchhikers, but I completely empathise with everything that is happening to Arthur Dent, to the point where I'm like, yes, that happened to me last week. It was infuriating. And then I get angry. And I'm meant to laugh at those points. It's meant to be clever satire, and...
And you relate to the character a little too much.
I
The
relate.
super exaggerated, anxious character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I'm going to be thrown out into space without any spacesuits because you're an idiot. That's yeah, I relate to that. So I don't find this book comforting. In fact, I find it very bad for my blood pressure.
It's still my answer to the question. Who are we going to tag?
I would like to tag Angela at the Literature Science Alliance and
Woo!
Angie at Science Mama, two booktubers who have got science backgrounds and read books, and
you're just feeling it?
And they've got very similar names, actually. I imagine Angie might even be short for Angela.
Probably.
Look, this is a new tag by Samantha at Paperknotbooks. Let's help her get it out there. If we didn't tag you and you want to do this,
then do it. Also, go check out Samantha. She's the bomb.
the mom diggity.
The pop ticket. Ideas are more powerful. They're more powerful than Scott using song lyrics to make a point.
Oh, I was gonna make a joke about heroin, but